again, there's an anticipatory moment, because this isn't a point whereby, so this is women's football. The fact that the woman on the right is coming out to grab it means she must be the goalkeeper. And she's got the gloves on as well. So it's football, it's not rugby. So, whereby anybody could handle the ball. She has to be the goalie. The way the leg up is on the woman on the left, that's not a leg of somebody who's already kicked it. That's the leg of somebody who's about to kick it. She's about to kick it. The other woman's about to grab it. This is going to end in pain. This is going to be really sore. Either one woman's going to really twist her ankle, or the other one's going to end up with some football spikes halfway, embedded in her shoulder or something. It's not a good outcome in terms of how they. And what I kind of like about this, again, when I do my podcasts on photography and I sort of helping people giving critique and what have you, one of the things I always say is sort of, get your horizon straight, or, make sure your verticals are vertical. And, everything about this makes me want to kind of tilt it over anti-clockwise a little bit, except the fact that because this is dynamic in the middle of something, I think you can get away with it. The background is okay. The fact that actually it's slightly off kilter doesn't worry you quite so much, because if anything, it's just adding to that sense of you're almost leaning forward in your seat, or you're leaning forward to sort of see what happens next. So again, that wonderful sense of anticipation, that in the middle, the woman on the right with her eyes closed and almost like her tongue out, I've got to grab this. Brilliant.
Yeah, you're right. And the way it's tilted, it's almost as if they're working uphill, right? So it's an uphill battle. Yeah, you're right. And I wonder, and you could do this in Photoshop, of course. What happens if you actually do straighten out that horizon? What happens? I have a feeling it's going to look like those figures are leaning awkwardly in a way that feels unnatural.
So if we get those. Now, what you've got to do here is, it's not about creating that line and making it horizontal, because that's actually going away. What we've got to do is we've got to get the verticals of this building in the background. We've got to get these verticals straight up. So if we turn that and just line them up so that's like that. Now we can do this one of two ways. We can either crop, it's naturally cropping in, or actually I do have a content aware bit here, which in Photoshop will naturally fill in these gaps here. So if I just hit enter and see what that does, it's going to auto-fill the space. Not bad, it's pretty much given us the grass and a little bit of extra. So that's what it looks like. And actually, I think you're right. I think we've lost some of the energy there.
Yeah, it feels like they're going to fall right out the left side of the frame.
It does. You're right. There's this kind of leaning over to the left there. Whereas that what the photographer, and the fact is, they could have obviously cropped this any way they like. They would have taken a slightly bigger photo and cropped in. So the vertical, that is, instead of you anchoring the vertical to the buildings behind, which is generally what you would do, he or she has anchored it to the woman on the left. And then that's created the anchor, and then all that action is happening around that.
In this case, it enhances the energy, I think, of the moment, because it is a split second. This is a point in which we can make a photograph that's hundreds of seconds in duration, rather than the minutes of a century before. So it is essentially that split second, which can tend to create a very static kind of image and lose some energy.